When the teacup made its third crisp sound, his eyeballs suddenly began to spin counterclockwise. This seemingly gentle heiress from a wealthy family was using a century-old porcelain cup to carry out a physical conquest beyond time. What was even scarier was that his brain began to lose control. As the tapping sound continued, Jack suddenly felt as though he had fallen into a black hole. No matter how much he struggled or screamed for help, it was all in vain. When he woke up again, it was the next morning. But to his surprise, he was perfectly fine, lying in the bedroom. Jack, still in a daze, could barely process what had happened. Just a moment later, several luxury cars drove up from the distance. What was bizarre, though, was that the guests were all elderly people, yet the male servant greeted them with enthusiastic hugs and friendly conversation, as if they were old, close friends. Then his girlfriend began introducing him to the guests. But what struck him as strange was that the guests not only admired his dark skin and strong genes, but they also seemed to really appreciate his powerful physique. One elderly woman even started to make advances on him.
Oh, not bad.
The odd atmosphere made him feel suffocated, so he walked away and began taking photos of the guests with his camera. Suddenly, a familiar face appeared, but when he walked closer, he was shocked to see that despite being a friend for half a year, this person's movements and speech were like that of an elderly person. Even stranger, this person didn't recognize Jack at all and had no idea how to greet an old friend. Just then, an elderly rich woman hurried over and claimed the young man was her husband. She quickly pulled him aside, eager to show off his strong body to the group of elderly people, leaving Jack utterly stunned. Afterward, he wandered back into the house. Just as he reached the living room, the room fell silent, the joyous chatter abruptly stopping. When Jack began to climb the stairs, they greedily watched his every move, like hungry wolves eyeing their prey. When Jack reached his bedroom, he was surprised to find that his phone, which had been charging, had been unplugged. Luckily, it was still able to make calls. He quickly dialed his friend to tell him about the strange things happening. Just as his friend asked him to take photos and send them, the maid appeared behind him like a ghost, saying she had accidentally knocked out the charging cable. She also strangely said she wasn't afraid of Jack complaining because she was actually the owner of the house. As she spoke, tears started to pour down her face, leaving Jack completely bewildered. After the maid left, he went downstairs again, planning to secretly take a photo of his old friend. But just then, something bizarre happened. Because he forgot to turn off the flash, the black man, only momentarily flashed by the light, immediately changed color. His nose began to bleed heavily, and he began rushing toward Jack in a wild frenzy. "Run!" The man kept repeating, "Run," over and over again.